it could have been that Real Madrid's season was over tonight if they were depending on the league. Of course, with Mourinho, still a chance of conquering Europe and taking home the Spanish Cup next week as well. And who knows? It's only week 31 of La Liga. If they win tonight, they close the gap to 5 points, and Mourinho's a dreamer.
Yeah, but it's psychological as well, Rob, because they're going to play each other 3 times. Copa del Rey final Wednesday, Champions League home and away. Psychological, they have to get something over Barcelona. Barcelona has proved invincible over the last few years, and it's a big game for Real Madrid in that sense at home.
Well, I don't know how good your television set is at home or in the bar where you're watching, but the white inside the stadium is so bright, you almost need sunglasses. Well, let's hope the game lives up to the pre-match billing from the excellent backroom team at Real Madrid. I remember when Florentino Perez came into the club a number of years ago, we had an interview with him, and he said he wanted to turn the Bernabeu into a footballing Disney.
He's went about it the right way tonight, you know, the mosaic and the colour. It really is a spectacle. But there's gambles being played at both sides. I agreed with the lads earlier, you know, John Toshik was saying about the subs bench for Real Madrid. Very potent. 2 centre forwards there, Higuain and Adebayor on the bench. And yet Barcelona haven't even got a striker as such on the bench. So the strength and depth is with Real Madrid. It's what they can do. Also, listening to some of the comments earlier, apparently the pitch has not been cut, the grass has not been cut this week. And what is it, 3 centimetres longer the grass? Is that to slow the ball down? Is that to stop Barcelona play that free-flowing movement? I would like to see him be a lot more positive in terms of the quality of Ronaldo and what they have there. I'd love to see Jose Mourinho say, right, let's go and get at them and make it a real end-to-end encounter. Plenty of attacking options, plenty of crosses, plenty of shots, and lots of goals.
Well, he's been playing his mind games this week. He turned up for the media conference but refused to speak. He just sat there and watched his assistant, Ayeta Karanka. He has had an influence on the game though. The normally lush surface is, we're told, 3 centimetres longer than normal. But Pep Guardiola has been there, seen it, done it. And when it comes to this fixture, always won it as a manager. Well, seconds out. Round 1 of 4 rounds between these teams in League, Cup final, and then Champions League semi-finals. It's a time for retribution, they feel, in Madrid. And in the opening seconds of the game already, the scene has been set. Mourinho's team are going to come out scrapping, Jerry. Yeah,
Busquets didn't really need to do what he was doing though, but Benzema was all over him like a rash. And you know, I'd like to see them take the game. Real Madrid seem to be sitting back and saying to Barcelona, well, come on to us and we'll hit you on the break. Maybe that's their tactics. They've certainly got the players to do it. There's one of them on the ball now, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, the great entertainer's achieved many things, but has yet to score against Barcelona. Little Messi, by the way, has yet to score against the Jose Mourinho team. Something has to give, surely. Cristiano Ronaldo, 40 goals this season. Little Messi in the opposing camp, 48 goals this season.
It's so close between them. There's Messi's on 29 league goals and Ronaldo's on 28 league goals, and they're going for the Pichichi title. It's nip and tuck between both these sides. I was even looking at their record. Barcelona's played 51 games this season. Real Madrid's played 49. Barcelona's won 40, drawn 7 and lost 4. And Real Madrid's won 38, drawn 7 and lost 4. So there's very little between the two of them.
Well, there is Carlos Puyol, who's been rushed back into the team, hasn't played since mid-January. But rejoined training this week. Most expected him to be on the bench tonight, but he's a John Terrier, Steven Gerrard type figure. They would say Gary Neville, if he's fit and he's in peak form, then Guardiola selects him. He has done tonight. Well, Pepe goes down in a little bit of pain. I think he's taken one in the eye.
I don't think so. I think he's another one of these that milks it big time.
Xabi Alonso runs into Xavi. Everywhere you look, there's a superstar down there. Here is Xavi. Once more taken out of the game by Pepe. Referee tonight, by the way, we will introduce him, is Senor Muniz Fernandez. He has refereed this fixture before, and they need a strong referee tonight, Jerry, because generally there's a player sent off at this time.
Absolutely, totally, and the one player comes to mind who was sent off in the last game was Sergio Ramos, and I think he's had 12 red cards in his career, and that's not a long career. He's only halfway through it at the moment, but it'll be feisty, and there'll certainly be yellow cards. But I hope everyone stays on the pitch tonight. I really love to see a spectacle and lots of entertainment.
Well, Real Madrid have never lost 3 games in a row to the same opponent ever. Barcelona have won this season, of course, 5-0. They've done the double the last 2 seasons. There's an awful lot more than pride at stake tonight. Now Marcelo, man, ball, and linesman, he takes them all.
Well, the linesman got up quicker than some of the players do, I'll tell you that. Some tackle, this was, whoa.
You know it's going to be a tough night when the linesman should be wearing shin guards. Cristiano Ronaldo has a first chance to stretch his legs down that right-hand side and bumps into Adriano, and the referee's assistant on the far side claiming that the Portuguese was leading with the arm.
Well, I think Adriano just nicked in and won the ball, and Ronaldo's caught him after he's nicked the ball there. Not that big a challenge, and probably a soft one, but linesman, who was 5 or 6 yards away, gave that free kick straight away.
You may remember when these sides met earlier in the season, Real Madrid were unbeaten at that point. Then Barcelona gave them a real good seeing to a 5-0 victory, so emphatic. It was a very laboured start so far, Jerry.
It is, and I'm watching the way Real Madrid are attempting to close down, and they're doing it in 1s and 2s. They're not really doing it as a unit, which is something that I think Barcelona do much better. Last touch came off Xabi Alonso, and the throw-in goes in the way of Barcelona.
Xavi to Busquets. Now Iniesta. Lionel Messi, starting deep, shadowed everywhere he goes, it seems, by Pepe. Tries to feed the ball through his Sergio Ramos. The first pass is always going to be Cristiano Ronaldo, Jerry, isn't it?
Well, they're knocking long balls, they're knocking everything to Ronaldo, but he needs support. You can't knock a ball to him and then not give him no support. That's too big, even for Pedro. He's got a lot of pace, but Piqué's pass is just too long. Scrappy sort of a start in the opening 6 minutes, Rob. Neither side, could be nerves, neither side really settled down.
Head down. David Villa, of course, hasn't scored. Well, it must seem an absolute age for him. No goals in his last 9 matches, but he was going through a similar spell the last time the sides met and managed to score 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes.
He's a quality striker, but when you score 9 goals, it does have an effect. There's no doubt in my mind that, you know, his confidence will be low, but he still works hard for the side, and chances will come his way, and he will score again. Trust me. 21 goals a season, and it's Xavi who fouls Pepe.
Little man knocks over the giant.
A lot of niggly free kicks early on, Rob, isn't there?
Now the Bernabeu cranks up the volume. Mourinho on the shoulder for Xabi Alonso, the quarterback who delivers. With header away by Pedro. Now Lionel Messi has a little look around. Who's in support? Adriano on that left-hand side, Jerry. They have an extra attacking outlet tonight, don't they?
Well, Adriano's playing really well, I feel, at the moment, the left back. He took a wee while to settle down from his move from Sevilla, but he has played some really superb football in the last 5 or 6 weeks, and looks like the player that was signed. That's a great run. He's impeded there. Sami Khedira. That was obstruction.
Well, Khedira is theatrically claiming that he was caught in mid-flight, and the referee gets a chance to show his first card of the evening. Certainly brought it to his attention, didn't he? And Adriano, who we're talking about, is now in trouble.
He certainly ran straight across Sami Khedira and blocked his run. There it is. Not that he was favoured to get it, but it's a silly yellow card to get so early on in the game.
Valdez hasn't had a touch of the ball so far, so you'd imagine with less than 10 minutes gone, Cristiano Ronaldo will chance his luck.
Absolutely nailed on. He's going to have a shot. Get the wall, get it lined up, make sure you do the job, don't break, and let's see what happens.
It is Cristiano Ronaldo. It's through the wall and well held by Valdez.
Well, it's Pepe who ducks on the end of the wall. Well struck, hits the ground in front, zips in front, but Valdez is well positioned.
Piqué has had a succession of central defensive partners in the absence of Puyol. Busquets has played back there. Milito, of course, is going. Mascherano at times has sat back in defence. But far more comfortable when Piqué and Puyol are together.
Yeah, but you have to say, Rob, Puyol is a gamble to play him after, well, January is the last time he actually played. It's a massive gamble, I think, from Pep Guardiola. But maybe he wants to see if he can play maybe on Wednesday, or if he's going to contribute in the Champions League. He has to find out. I thought he might have actually started with Milito or even Busquets and played Keita in the middle of the park, and then brought Puyol maybe on in the second half. That would have been maybe an option, but he's been very positive here, Pep Guardiola. He's gone for Carlos Puyol.
It's interesting, isn't it, Jerry, this, that Barcelona are playing around at their own game. If they want to sit back with 11 players back behind the ball, as one coach famously said once upon a time, park the bus in front of the goal.
Absolutely.
And they're happy to take their time. Just long ball over the top. Oh, Alves, the right full-back, was caught offside.
It's just, I feel that Barcelona are instinctively a side that have to go forward. They have to press. It's in their nature. Dani Alves has to get forward. Adriano has to get forward. And Iniesta has to dribble. And, you know, he's just offside, as you can see there. He's great decision from the official on this right-hand side below us.
Pedro back to Puyol, trying to keep Victor Valdez, the goalkeeper, active. Not a bad ball from the keeper to Adriano. Busquets, roll to Xavi. Now to Alves. There's a great partnership on this right-hand side with Pedro. Xavi to Busquets. Now Lionel Messi. Darting around the field, trying to find space. Gets into gear, but he can't get past Pepe. Now Cristiano Ronaldo. Alves comes back and nicks the ball quite freely. Piqué. David Villa coming in from the left-hand side. Iniesta to Busquets. Iniesta, of course, voted the second best player in the world in the voting around the turn of New Year. Adriano's down now. He's taken a blow just below the knee.
Yeah, it's Khedira. I wonder was that payback. He's won the ball easily and then he's trod on his instep. That's what it is. And Cristiano Ronaldo has to be careful. He doesn't try and do too much. He doesn't try and win this game single-handedly. I suppose he probably feels more pressure than anyone else, being the most expensive player in the world.
It's a rather stationary start to this El Gran Clasico. Now Ronaldo pops up on the left-hand side, outside of the foot pass. Good stretch from Puyol, just testing his early durability.
A lot of silly free kicks being given away early on, isn't there? You can't really get any rhythm to it.
If they knew they were wearing the same outfit to the game tonight, obviously didn't check with their tailors before the game. Marcelo. The game is full of Brazilian fullbacks.
Don't think he even
Marcelo Adriano are the first choice fullback for the Brazilian national team.
I don't think he even touches him here, Dani Alves. I think he was always going to go down.
Well, that's just spotted Lionel Messi so far. He's actually looking to become the Pichichi, the Golden Boot winner.
Yep.
For the 4th year in a row in Spain. The only man who's done that before. He's actually sitting 2 rows behind Jerry Armstrong.
Yeah, we were chatting earlier. Hugo Sanchez, fabulous striker for Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, and reminiscing about a game back in the Luis Sitjar in Mallorca back in 1983-84. Happy to say it finished all square at 2-2.
I thought a lot of Northern Ireland fans all taking your photo, Jerry. Then we realised that over our shoulder was Hugo Sanchez, a former Real Madrid great.
I think there was too many Northern Ireland fans in the Bernabeu tonight, Rob. I knew it was Hugo they were taking.
A game of patience has been played so far by Pep Guardiola's team.
Well, it is like a chess game at the moment, and this is the outlet for Barcelona anyway. Dani Alves getting forward on the right.
Well, it's not too often that the away side has something like 80% of the possession, but has to be forecast when Barcelona are in town, even though the hosts are Real Madrid. Piqué, now Iniesta. Iniesta finds it in, looking for the run from Pedro. All bases covered.
Well, it's cut and thrust at the moment. They're not really going gung-ho at it, Barcelona, and neither is Real Madrid. There's a lot of caution. I suppose there's another 3 games to be played, Robin. Neither side wants to give too much away. And as I say, the onus is really, for me, on Real Madrid. They have to win the match. A draw is a great result for Barcelona. They'd be quite happy to take that now.
Remember, an 8-point lead at kick-off time, and from the final count at the end of the season, if the sides are level, it's a little different in Spain. It goes down to the heads-to-heads between the two sides. So just a 5 goals difference between the teams on that particular ruling so far.
Well, that's worth a point in itself. So, and if you look at the run-in, Real Madrid's got a much more difficult run-in than Barcelona. But there's a psychological reason, I think, between the two sides for the cup final on Wednesday and obviously the 2 Champions League games. And I think psychologically Barcelona has the upper hand at the moment.
Iniesta, Adriano. Xavi's never far away from Iniesta. Neither is Busquets, as Barcelona playing these neat little triangles. Well, Mourinho said he's preparing his team to play with 10 men, as they generally have to do. He said a little bitterly against Barcelona. I'm sure that Guardiola, who's a little more diplomatic, would like to have said, well, we're preparing to play the ball around against a very defensive side. This is to be expected, isn't it?
I think it's a bit of pressure. Jose Mourinho's putting a little bit of pressure on the referee, saying, you know, you're always going to send one of our players off. And funnily enough, the first booking was a Barcelona player, but I'm sure it won't be the last booking of the game tonight.
This is Pedro to Busquets. Messi, the fans making their own amusement. Barcelona score, of course, then Mourinho has to change his tack.
I think he'll change his tack anyway in the second half, but I think he's got a lot more options on the bench than Pep Guardiola.
This is Iniesta. Everywhere he looks, there's a wall of white to work through. It's interesting, isn't it, that now the fans are beginning to stand up. We've had 18 minutes, and it's not the Real Madrid way, even when they were winning Champions Leagues and the Spanish Championship. But Del Bosque, well, he went because he wasn't sexy enough and the football wasn't quite
he's onside.
Messi is onside. Bounces nicely for Messi, and well, kept out well by Iker Casillas.
I have to tell you, that's a great chance, and he's gone for a clever little dink over the goalkeeper, and he did that twice in the match I did last week against Shakhtar Donetsk, when it could have been probably easier just to slot it past him.
One slight slip now, Benzema. Little layoff from Di Maria, who's hardly had a touch of the ball so far. The game has passed him by.
First real chance though, Rob, and it falls to Lionel Messi. 48 goals this season. There he goes, he's onside as the pass is made. The linesman's got it absolutely spot on. First touch sets it up. Now there he is trying to take it over the keeper. Why didn't he just slot it inside or down by his legs?
As you say, it has worked for Iker Casillas more than any other goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah,
does his homework.
It's always good to second guess the centre forward.
Piqué allowed to run. He has 40 yards ahead of him. Xavi. Piqué to Xavi. Now Adriano. Iniesta to his left. It does come down to players, but you wonder if it's going to come down to the grandmasters on the touchline tonight, playing the footballing chess, moving their pieces around the park.
Well, 20 minutes gone, Rob, you have to say Barcelona's playing the better football. Not really making an awful lot of progress. Only one clear-cut opportunity. And at the other end, obviously, Real Madrid have had one free kick on target from Ronaldo, and that's about it. Caution seems to be the order of the day.
It's an interesting exercise, this, in coaching strategy between Guardiola and Mourinho. This is Khedira. Now Di Maria makes a dart from midfield. Always going to win a race with Carlos Puyol, who closes him down. I say he's going to win a race, he doesn't always get past him because Puyol never gives up the chase.
The 33-year-old is Mr. 120% for Barcelona. Drops his shoulder, goes outside, and Puyol happy to put it out for the corner kick. But it's an opportunity. They've got three centre-halves, well, four if you include Sergio Ramos at the back here. So free kick, set plays, corner kicks could be important for Real Madrid.
Plan A when it comes to corner kicks for Real Madrid. Di Maria doesn't deliver well. Alonso heads over. Piqué easily wins the header. Alonso again. Benzema has a bit of space and support. Weaves his way inside, and Valdez nervously concedes the corner.
Well, it was a poor corner from the other side, I have to say, from Di Maria. But ball wasn't properly cleared by Barcelona. When it comes to Benzema, quick feed, gets the shot in. This is a man that's got 8 goals in his last 6 league games.
Di Maria is clearly going to take all of the corners. Pressure put on Valdez. He answers this with a much better punch. Got a very good punch because he fully knocked it out of play. Di Maria's throw. Benzema throws himself at the ball. Pepe's in there as well. Yet another Real Madrid corner.
Yeah, pressure there. Pepe and Sergio Ramos stayed up for the long throw-in. It was Gerard Piqué put it out. And more pressure for Barcelona.
Yeah,
post.
Oh, climbing in there. Cristiano Ronaldo came in at some pace. Just get his fair share of headers, doesn't he?
Well, it's Ronaldo and Pepe who attack the near post. This is a much better cross. And up he gets Ronaldo. He can't tuck his chin in and direct it on target. He gets up higher than anyone else. And that is a part of his game he's improved immensely on in the last 3 or 4 years. And credit to Manchester United, Alex Ferguson. I think they really brought him on as a player and a goal scorer. He still hasn't scored as many goals as Messi. He still hasn't Messi's completed nearly twice as many passes in the same amount of games this season. Messi's created more chances and assists. Offside.
Offside. Pedro on the far side.
Yeah. And created more chances. So there's always pressure on Ronaldo. He's always trying to chase Messi and what he can do.
Well, between the two of them, there's only a goal difference when it comes to the
league statistics,
the leagues. Lionel Messi is one ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, same amount of games. I think it's 28 league games they both played. Cristiano Ronaldo's got 28 goals and Messi's got 29.
I know they argue sometimes that it's slightly easier to score in this league as Ronaldo goes over Piqué rather easily. Now the referee isn't buying that. Certainly wasn't an old pals out between two former Manchester United players, was there?
No, I think there was a dive there, Ronaldo, and the referee, that's what he pointed to. He said, no, you've dived.
Alonso tries a shot from the halfway line, and Valdez was off his line. And now all focus is on the referee.
Well, it wouldn't have been given because the referee blew for a free kick for the foul. And suddenly, tempers are frayed. The passions have been raised once again. That was the foul on Iniesta. This is it. He jumps over the top and then he throws himself to the ground. I think he knew that he wasn't going to get on the end of the ball he had knocked past. That's a great pass. Well covered from Marcelo.
One back by Dani Alves, who weaves inside. Good covering tackle from Khedira. Now the game is beginning to loosen up a little bit. Jimenez. Across comes Piqué. Oh, and he was caught by a great challenge then by Carvalho. Charging down is Benzema. The referee holds his whistle and then finds himself some time to decide that the Frenchman had used his arm.
Well, certainly.
Pepe, wasn't it? Pepe.
It looks like Carvalho and Pepe. Yeah. Late decision, but the right one, I think, from the referee.
David Vera's coming to the centre now, in from the wing. Lionel Messi's with him. Messi to Vera in his path. Casillas comes a long way. And the referee has a big decision to make. He's immediately surrounded by the Barcelona players.
This is a contentious one because David Villa stretches as Casillas goes for it to get the ball round Casillas, and then Casillas catches him. But in the referee's opinion, he's made the most out of it. And he's calling over someone who's maybe protested. He's calling over David Villa. It's David Villa he wants.
It's actually Piqué that he's calling over to himself.
Yeah. He said something and he's got a yellow card for what he said.
I bet it was a heart-in-mouth moment though for Iker Casillas as he came in. He had to throw himself fully at it.
Well, that's a penalty kick, Rob. He wins the ball, but he goes down too easy, and that's where the referee hasn't given it. Pep Guardiola thinks it's a penalty. 9 times out of 10, I'll tell you, the referee will give a penalty kick for that.
And I think that protest is why Piqué received his caution. I can't lip read, especially when it comes to Spanish lip read, but I first say he was saying how come he didn't give a similar incident at the other end. In comes Pedro to Messi. Now Xavi. Iniesta, it's a battle in there, well won back one. It'd be well won back to 80,000 witnesses inside the stadium, but not the man who's on top of the situation.
I think the first foul was from Ronaldo.
Marcelo going to put it into the path of Benzema.
Well, there's an urgency about Barcelona. They want to get it done and get it playing and keep going and set the tempo. It's certainly been raised a level in the last 5 minutes, and it could be frustration from Real Madrid that they are chasing and playing most of the football in their own half.
Busquets. Small, fine space to run into. Now Messi. Alonso. Pepe. He's been a very effective player in that anchoring role, just on the toes of the back four.
He's a good athlete, Rob. He's tall. He's challenging a lot. He's closing down. He's working hard. He's played there before. We've seen him play there for Real Madrid, and he's played a lot of times for the national side in Portugal. But it's a role he can play, and he's done it well so far. But I'm worried about the fact that they're not creating an awful lot. You know, they've got a lot of destructive players in the middle of the park, but very little creativity. Maybe that'll change at half-time. That could be Mourinho's tactic.
Iniesta. Messi's going searching for the ball now. Piqué. Xavi has a look. Puyol has allowed Dani Alves to come onto this near touchline. There is Alves. Pedro. No way past Pepe. He's been man of the match so far now. Di Maria. Cristiano Ronaldo sets off on a run, and that needed to be a flawless interception from Piqué.
That was a great pass from Di Maria. But for the intervention of Piqué, have a look at it from that angle. It looks a penalty every time you look at it. He doesn't get the ball. Villa nicks the ball round the goalkeeper. That looks a penalty kick to me, I have to say.
Di Maria just takes his time to allow Pepe to station himself at the near post. Doesn't quite find him though. Alonso plays it back in. Alves tries to find a way out. Couple were offside, but Di Maria isn't offside. He's stolen in at the far post and almost squeezed it in. Puyol does well to stay on his feet.
He does. Di Maria should have done better, could have done better for me. First touch, should have been out from underneath his feet and then just strike it at goal. Whip it in with a lot of pace. He changes the angle, but then he misses the target, and that's criminal. That's a good pass from Victor Valdez.
Just wondering at the referee's interpretation of that penalty call, Jerry, whether he felt that the ball wasn't within playing distance, because if you felt that David Villa had taken a dive, then surely should have been booked.
Yeah. Instead he booked Gerard Piqué. Marcelo. Quick feet from Messi, isn't it? Chest control and flicks it over the top.
The Argentinian is asking for the Brazilian to be booked, and the referee grants his wish.
I'm actually pleased about that, because Marcelo has been doing that for years. I've watched him doing that and asking for other players when they fouled him to be booked. He certainly did it against Peter Crouch in the Champions League game, which I don't like to see. Let the referee do the job. Doesn't need any encouragement from players.
Piqué. Now to Busquets. Xavi. Piqué. Cameras are on him this week as his girlfriend was in town, the popular music singer Shakira. Flip over the top. Carvalho takes charge. Marcelo helps it out. Puyol. Busquets to Lionel Messi. Well, with a clutching challenge from Pepe. Good feet as well from the Brazilian-born Portuguese international. Here is Ronaldo. Back to Pepe. Back to Ronaldo. Getting his legs in the way was Piqué. Messi. Alves. Now the game is beginning to liven up, as Real are taking a gamble or two. Ramos crosses the halfway line for the first time tonight. They're coming back, winning the ball is Lionel Messi.
It's a great run. It's not the best ball though. David Villa was the intended target.
Well, even Lionel Messi's having to dig in now.
He is, and he remembers why Sergio Ramos got the red card in the first fixture at the Camp Nou.
Xabi Alonso. Khedira waits for movement. Finally gets it from Ramos to his right. Khedira continues. And unlike Barcelona, there's nobody with those little 10, 15 yards triangles for Real Madrid to play to, so they had to go all the way back to the keeper Casillas. Now down the middle, Pepe heads it on. Cristiano Ronaldo, both are okay. Ronaldo tries a trick or two. Ball's coming for Marcelo. Marcelo inside to Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo just bobbled away from him, and then, well, it was good reflexes in the end from Valdez.
What a tackle from Adriano. That was going to be a goal, I tell you. Ronaldo was clean through, and it was Adriano's challenge that saved the day. Game has come to life.
Well, they've come out of their shells, Real Madrid.
Have a look at this challenge. First touch is there, and there's the tackle from Adriano. He kicks it, it hits the back of Piqué, and falls into the arms, eventually, of Victor Valdez.
Took a double deflection, almost pinball into the Barcelona goal. Alves continues his run. Pedro's with him. Alves just inside, just over his head though. He's going to head her away. As far as Xavi. Busquets. Totally different kind of game to the first one at the Camp Nou back in November.
Yes, and I think the longer they can keep it at 0-0 and frustrate, they'll maybe grow a little bit in stature. Real Madrid have a little bit more belief, and as I say, maybe the plan for Jose Mourinho is to do that first half and then change the second half. Here's Adriano.
Adriano falls over the ball, making it easy for Ramos. Cristiano Ronaldo turns, he was clipped by Iniesta and wins the free kick.
Well, normally Ronaldo complains when he doesn't get the free kick. This time he complains when he does get the free kick.
Cristiano Ronaldo, as we said at the start of the game, has yet to score against Barcelona, but he's not alone, you know, in this Real Madrid team. In fact, only Sergio Ramos of the starting 11 tonight has actually scored a goal against Barcelona. Marcelo. Di Maria. Maybe fortunate to get the throw in there. Pepe. Marcelo ghosting inside. Ramos checking back with him all the way is David Villa. Khedira. Flip over the top. Piqué has to make it. On his shoulder is Ronaldo. Alves. Carvalho. Good turn of pace from the veteran. Marcelo drops the shoulder, tries the shot, no strength in it. And there's a challenge afterwards from Puyol, which is why Marcelo stayed on the floor. The referee telling Barcelona to get on with it. Now Marcelo decides that he's in too much pain and takes the sting out of the game.
Well, I think a shot went wide of the mark. He knew that. Puyol threw himself in, so he thought he'd try and go down and get a free kick for an attempted foul, but he's up on his feet, he's fine. Don't see any problems. Jose Mourinho's just passing some instructions on the sidelines to Pepe and co.
Well, I'm sure as if you need reminding, stage 2 of this tour comes on Wednesday night when Real Madrid and Barcelona play each other again in the Copa del Rey final. That's in Valencia, neutral ground. Our coverage starts at 8:30 on Sky Sports 2. Diary's clogged up with these events. It's going to be a great 18 days of football. Piqué to Busquets. It's interesting, the game's been played off the field as well. Mourinho refusing to speak to the media, though he turned up for the press conference. Naita Karanka complaining that his team had had a day less to prepare for this game. Of course, Barcelona counted that with saying they've had to journey to the capital. Oh, now.
Oh, dearie me. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Now Busquets goes down as if he'd been hit by a hammer.
That's when it gets embarrassing, you know. Busquets milking it big time. There's no contact on his head at all, and he throws himself to the ground.
Well, he does like to shape himself up as a football hard man, Sergio Busquets. He dishes out the challenges, but he's not very good at taking any pain, is he?
You can't be a football hard man when you could do things like that. That's embarrassing for me.
The triple step over tells you it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ramos to Xabi Alonso. Pedro. Dani Alves. Lionel Messi. Piqué. Amazing resilience being shown by both of these sets of players. It's game 52 of the season, of course, for Barcelona. It's the 50th game in charge for Jose Mourinho of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Xavi. Looking for Villa. Ghosting in. Tries a long bouncing ball.
That was very speculative from that sort of range.
Putting it out of play, hasn't a great deal to do so far, maybe a little rusty.
The thing is, Rob, I have to say, this half and the lineup that we've seen from Real Madrid has been very defence-minded, and it might have worked in terms of nullifying Barcelona to a certain extent, but from a creative point of view, they've not done anything.
This is Di Maria, stopped by Alves. Messi. Past Alonso, past Marcelo, but just enough of a touch to unbalance him now. Lionel Messi's gone down. Just wondering whether he ran into Xabi Alonso there, who's pleading his innocence.
Well, I think it was accidental. He might have got caught when he was falling over by a stray foot. That's what it looked like to me. I think it might have been the heel of Xabi Alonso or someone. It wasn't a foul. He's loses balancing just here. Looks like the leg of Xavi. It was accidental. And you can see what Jose thinks of it.
I suppose he has got tree trunk legs, hasn't he, Xabi Alonso? If you run into one, it does hurt. What do we got? 3.5 minutes of regulation time to the break. Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho in their minds will be reciting their half-time lecture. I'd imagine, Joey, they both will be telling their players to stick to the same plan. It's worked out pretty much as both predicted.
Absolutely, but I think the onus is on Jose Mourinho to change it. He has to add more creativity into the middle of the park. It's quite negative at the moment, and as I say, they have the onus on them to win the match.
Alves, Guardiola screaming orders from the edge of the technical area. Can he raise the tempo of his team? It's over the top of Messi. Pedro giving chase, and Marcelo wisely knocks it high into the stand.
Some interchange of play from Barcelona was good, but the final ball from Messi was poor. Well, the weight of the pass was too much.
Xavi. Now Piqué. Just a couple of minutes remaining in the first half. Psychologically, be a massive time to score. Messi for one shakes off Pepe. Little 1-2. Excellent football this. Messi on the blind side. Brilliant save by Iker Casillas.
Well, that's the move of the match.
Great imagination from Messi.
That is the move of the match. What a fabulous piece of play. Just exploded. Lovely 1-2s and a shot at the end of it. We'll get a chance to see this quality again. Lovely little 1-2 flick from David Villa. He gets it out from his feet. That's a great save from Casillas. It's a good height. Pepe and Sergio Ramos, they're all converging on him.
It tells you something of the magnitude of the match when the world's best player is kept out by the world's best goalkeeper, the man who lifted the World Cup last summer.
A lot of quality on the park, but that's the first moment of magic, real magic, that we've seen. And it's taken over 40 minutes for that.
That's the beauty of the cast list out there tonight. Something like that could happen at any second. Ramos to Pepe. Khedira. Never scored for Real Madrid. Be a great time to get off the mark, wouldn't it? Shadowed by Piqué. Just making sure that nothing comes from that. This will be the final act of the first half.
You're right, Rob. Sami Khedira is the only outfield player who hasn't scored a goal this season.
Nobody inside the stadium, heading to get a half-time cuppa early. Hope in the hearts of the Real Madrid supporters inside the Bernabeu. Mourinho allows most of those in white shirts to enter the penalty area. Right across the six again. Ramos gets the header on there. 2 men at the far post, brilliantly cleared off the line. Rail pleading with the referee's assistant, but it hadn't crossed the line.
I actually think this is their best chance to score, you know, from set plays. And there's a player down injured at the far post. I think it's... Is it Puyol? No, it's not Puyol. Well, you can see it's Dani Alves. Far post, Sergio Ramos up above everybody, heads it back in. And this one's taken off the line by Adriano. Great defending. Great defending.
Good block by Adriano. Got the ball off the line and then collided with the post. We're into a single minute of time added to the first half. It's a Barcelona counter-attack. It's 3-on-2 here if Messi can make the right pass. Now David Villa. Pedro's joined in. Messi's at the far post. It comes to nothing, and the Real Madrid supporters are rather unhappy that they have a player down in the opposing half in Di Maria.
That was disappointing from that final pass, I have to say. Expected David Villa to come inside and have a strike at goal. But he's a bit short of confidence, isn't he?
Well, the half-time whistle goes, and it's quite a contest, I think, between the two coaches rather than the players. Jose Mourinho packing the midfield, initially absorbing the Barcelona style of play. Lionel Messi having the chance of the game just before a half-time break. Real Madrid have had their moments as well. But maybe the talking point for Mark and the guests during the half-time break is whether there should have been a penalty when Iker Casillas went to ground and David Villa fell over him. Nothing was given there. We haven't had a goal in the first half, but there are indications there are going to be a few in this game. Half-time at the Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 0. Second half kicks off. Real Madrid, as the game has progressed, have slowly entered the equation. Absorbing tactics early on, frustrating tactics early on. But it's been strength, maybe strong-arm tactics, would some would say, from Jose Mourinho and his players.
Yeah, but he will point to the fact that they've contained Barcelona fairly well, I would have to say. And this man on the ball, Pepe's done really well in the middle of the park. He's broken up a lot of attacks. But as I say, it's a different type of a game. They need to win this match. They've got to put more emphasis on attack.
Also noticeably, straight from the kick-off, that Real Madrid immediately threw 3 players into attack, almost as if Mourinho is trying to show everybody he's going to change his tack in the second half.
Well, maybe the pep talk will have pepped them up, but you know, as they close down, you know, they do it in ones, Rob. You know, Kadir's closing down now, but no one's actually pressing Puyol, who's the player who's going to receive the ball. They've got to do it as a unit in 2s and 3s, and I don't think they do that well, Real Madrid.
Mourinho, of course, went 150 games without a home league defeat, stretching back to 2002 until Sporting Gijón came to town in the last home game, so he has to start that kind of run all over again.
Yeah, and that was quite a negative lineup in that match. If you remember the midfield, there was no Xavi Alonso. It was Khedira, Lassana Diarra and Granero, and I was a bit disappointed that they weren't more offensive in that match. And, you know, 0-0 is not the sort of result I think the home fans are looking for. But has Jose got something up his sleeve? That's the question.
Barcelona have to show a large degree of patience. Iniesta to Xavi. Iniesta continues the run. Ramos comes in with a fine clattering challenge just this side of Liga. Alonso. Di Maria has been a bit part player, easily won by Alves. Di Maria tries to win the ball back. Tackling isn't one of his strengths. He has many strengths, but tackling's not on that list.
No, I have to agree. And is it Ozil warming up? I'd love to see him coming on, and he is a creative player. That's what they need. But will he bring one of those central midfield players off, or will he take off Di Maria?
PK. Marcelo has to do a sweeping job. This PK game, as the game has gone on, has played a more advanced role. Allowed to come out of defence by Pep Guardiola. Now Pedro digs in and then loses the ball as he's faced by Pepe.
That's a comedy of errors, isn't it?
Free kick taken very quickly. It's Cristiano Ronaldo against the whole back four. His legs gave way there. Barcelona suspected that he just slipped on the lush surface.
That's a soft one.
It's the wink from Ronaldo, the referee got it right. We've seen that somewhere before, haven't we?
Have a look here. He just falls over. I don't think that's a free kick at all, but he'll take it.
There may have been a linking of arms.
Good position though for get a strike. It's pretty central, 2 or 3 meters outside the D. And Ronaldo wants to hit this one. Could it be a set play that breaks the deadlock? As Sergio Ramos limps back onto the park after a little bit of treatment.
I dare say that is the ideal position on the field for a Cristiano Ronaldo free kick. Slightly off centre, maybe 10 yards outside the penalty area, enough to dip it over the wall if he gets the right connection. He goes for it! Oh, it's the post to the rescue for Barcelona.
Well, again, tactically, you have to say they've had 2 free kicks and they've hit the target both times. That was so close. Shake of the head from Ronaldo, over the wall, hits the post. As I said earlier, Rob, maybe their best chance of breaking the deadlock is from a free kick, corner kick. And header from Ronaldo cleared off the line by Adriano in the first half.
The Real Madrid supporters get behind their team vociferously. They've sat and stirred in the first half. Watched Jose Mourinho play a tight defensive style of football. Referee telling Barcelona to continue, though. David Villa is claiming that he'd been raked down the Achilles. Great turn from Xavi. Pedro. Iniesta leaves it to his captain, Puyol. Now Piqué. Has to go backwards to go forwards through Valdez.
But Benzema's closing 3 Barcelona players down on his own now. Is this a chance for Villa?
Well, Villa comes across. There's David Villa, whose legs give way in the penalty area.
Penalty.
It is. And a red card.
Well, what a momentous decision this is, Rob. He was last defender. It's Albiol, Raul Albiol, the centre-back, who's being sent off.
Well, Mourinho did forecast that his team would have to play with 10 men tonight. And his prediction has come true. First of all, there was a shout for a handball, and then he wrapped his arms around David Villa.
Yeah. You can't deny what you can see. He has grabbed him with both hands around the neck and pulled him to the ground. It looked like a handball before that. But he's off. They're down to 10 men, and Messi has a chance to put Barcelona in front.
Messi's having to deal with a laser in his eyes at the moment. I don't think that will affect him. Lionel Messi has never scored against a Jose Mourinho side. A big moment for him. That's his 49th goal of the season beckon. It's Lionel Messi. It's 1-0 to Barcelona. That is one massive stride to securing the title, and Mourinho's premonition that his team would have a player sent off has come true.
Well, I hope they now change tactics and go a little bit more positive. I know Mesut Ozil was warming up, but I think they have to really go positive. There's no point in losing 1-0. Barcelona's played most of the attacking football. I do feel Real Madrid's been quite negative. And now things are going to change. 1-0, great penalty kick from Messi. He's also broken another record, hasn't he, as well, Messi? Di Stefanos. I think he was level with him on 48 goals, which is a record for the season for a Spanish player.
Now on 49 before the evening's out. He could become the first man to get to 50 goals. Xavi. There's a spring in the step now, Barcelona, but Pepe leads the charge. Mourinho had prepared for this. It's Di Maria. Bothered by Alves, stopped by Puyol, and of course the Royal supporters are going to claim that every tackle is a foul now. Alves. Xavi. Lionel Messi. Iniesta, Barcelona really enjoying the extra space. Means of course that Pepe, one would imagine, has to drop into the central defensive role.
Well, I'm just watching Emmanuel Adebayor down below warming up, Rob, so it's going to be a positive change hopefully from Jose Mourinho, as Seydou Keita is already stripped off and ready to come on. Now, does that mean Busquets moves into centre half? Oh, he's onside, was he?
He's offside, David Villa.
He might put Busquets in at centre half and take Puyol off. I don't know what Pep Guardiola was thinking, but he's definitely bringing Seydou Keita on.
Pepe hitting it long. Suspicion of handball as it rolls down the chest of Cristiano Ronaldo. Alonso. Did fall over. Iniesta inside to Lionel Messi. Messi to Villa. Pepe with a very fair shoulder charge.
Such a good athlete, isn't he, Pepe? He wanted to make that his.
Ozil is going to come on for Real Madrid, and both coaches decide 10 minutes gone in the second half that it's time for change. You can see that Carlos Puyol is moving rather gingerly in the Barcelona defence. He does look like prime candidate to be taken off. Here is Messi. No point aggravating an injury that has kept him out for 17 games, Jerry.
Yes, absolutely, and he's played a good half, and he might feature later on in the other epic battles coming up in the next 2.5, 3 weeks.
Xavi. Alves. Plenty of runners. One of those is Pedro. Good step over from Pedro, but Marcelo clears the ball to Di Maria. Di Maria stopped by Busquets. To Pedro. Noticeably, Barcelona not giving the ball to Carlos Puyol. It just seems to be playing out time. If there's a break now, they put it out of play to allow the change to be made. Puyol goes down. He's definitely coming off. May not walk off. He may need the golf buggy to bring him to the touchline. And Keita will come on. Meanwhile, a change is made by Real Madrid. Benzema is the player who's sacrificed. Ozil comes on. You're shaking your head.
That's negative for me. You know, why take a centre forward off and put an attacking midfield player on? Carlos Puyol, by the way, is holding the back of his hamstring. I think he's maybe pulled a muscle. Looks like. And what do you expect after being out for 3 months? It was a massive gamble for Carlos Puyol. And he is going to make way. And it is a stretcher they're going to get from.
Well, we've got a stretcher coming from both corners of the field at the moment. Much to the derision of the home support. He may be a national hero for what he did last summer, Carlos Puyol, in the Spanish national team. That wins no favour when he wears the colours of Barcelona.
Well, he doesn't want to make any more. There's maybe a tear there. He doesn't want to make it any worse or aggravate it any more than it already is. So, good position, 1-0 up, away from home. To win this one, Rob, they're 11 points clear with 6 games to play. Almost uncatchable.
Will this have a far-reaching effect for Barcelona? If he goes off on a stretcher, covered in a blanket, you know it's not good, because Carlos Puyol is the ultimate warrior. He's been struggling with a succession of injuries, notably a thigh injury, since January. I don't think we're going to see him again in April. Keita will come on in a reshuffle to the Barcelona team. You called it, Jerry, didn't you, that Keita will come on left side of midfield. Busquets will drop him.
Yeah, that's the easiest thing to do. He's played there 3 or 4 times in the last 6 weeks. Busquets, very accomplished player. He's tall, great on the ball. I have to say, there's a clash of heads for Messi and Pepe. But the pressure, as I say, is mounting on Real Madrid. Can they get a goal back? Sami Khedira.
It may give an indication as to how far Real Madrid have come when they lost a defender at the Camp Nou in Sergio Ramos, who was sent off in November. They folded and conceded 5.
Yes, and again, are they going to capitulate on this occasion? That's a great ball for Dani Alves.
Iniesta. Now Xavi. Messi. Whistles greet every pass of the ball from Barcelona's players. Keita gets the first touch. Messi. The Madristas trying to be supportive, trying to raise the atmosphere inside the stadium. Barcelona happy to keep it at a slow tempo to stretch Real Madrid, make them chase with a player less. Piqué. Busquets.
Well, I mean, Barcelona's position, Rob, with the extra player, they don't even need to attack. They can just keep possession, keep it on their own half, and just take the clock down.
It's been a long haul for them this season as David Villa makes his move into an offside position yet again. The one time he's beaten that offside trap, of course, led to the penalty.
Yeah, well, he could have had a penalty in the first half. I still think, from what I saw, it looked more a penalty kick to me. 9 out of 10 times, I think it would have been given in the first half for the foul from Casillas. But you can't keep him down. He's one of those type of players that'll always make the runs. I think he's cut off more times than any other player in LaLiga. He does make a lot of runs, David Villa. But his drought will end soon, I'm sure. This is the longest he's been without a goal. You can always claim that was an assist.
Messi to Iniesta. Now Adriano. David Villa, who forced the penalty. Messi works his way inside, gets around Pepe. Xavi. Pedro. Toe-to-toe with Marcelo. Xavi's behind him! Clips the top of the bar.
Well, they're keeping possession so well. They're picking their passes. They're creating the opportunity. And Pedro shaped to go outside, come inside. Curls it back to the edge of the box for Xavi to strike the ball off the crossbar. And they're just toying with Real Madrid at the moment.
I suppose Barcelona will want to be wise and conserve some energy for the cup final come Wednesday night. We'll flip over the top. Cavalio's there.
Josie will tell you, yeah, but we'll have 11 on Wednesday night. It's a clever play from Adriano.
Iniesta to Villa. It's a lesson, an exercise in keep ball, this from Barcelona. As Khedira stops that. He may be in pain, his leg may be covered in cellophane, but he can still get to his feet to complain, Carlos Puyol.
Well, Khedira's clattered in the back of Xavi.
He was so hot-headed then, Jerry, the ice was melting.
It's the passion within him. You know, he's a winner, he's the captain of the club. Or bad's the strain? Is it a pull? Is it a strain? No doubt we'll find out in the next few days.
PK. Well, the world is watching. These two sets of players will want to raise their game.
The thing you find out about Barcelona is, you know, the sides come and go gung-ho with them. There's sides that come and play like a chess game like we're getting today, and tactical, you try and do this. It doesn't matter what way you play against them. They seem to be able to cope with whatever tactics are thrown at them.
Dani Alves. Pedro. I suppose if Barcelona are being wise, they'll try to run Real Madrid into the ground. Alonso. Ozil's touch. Ronaldo playing as the head of the attacking diamond.
He looks very despondent though whenever he loses the ball. He doesn't do it like Messi does. He would chase after players and try and win the ball back. His head goes down. It's as if they're accepting defeat too easily for me. Look at this run from Messi.
Swirling run from Lionel Messi. David Villa's back flick. Great improvisation from Barcelona. The thing is with Cristiano Ronaldo, he can't afford to sulk, Jerry. They can't carry a player when they're already one down.
Great pace from
Great run on the far side. Brilliant run by Angel Di Maria. Now Mourinho's going to make the second change. And Adebayor is going to come on to give them some more attacking ammunition.
Well, I'm wondering, has he maybe now thought, well, let's give up the ghost on the game. We can't win this match. We're down to 10 men. Let's save some legs and go for the cup final on Wednesday night. I think that's the way he's thinking at the moment now. And will that reflect the substitution we're going to see?
Here's Cavalio. Di Maria. Cavalio continues the run. Gutsy movement from him. PK's there. Confusion between he and keeper Valdez, and he seems to have overstretched himself, PK, now as well.
That was really high. Very, very high. He's still down. This is the ball outside of the right foot, Carvalho, and he has got his leg up high. Easily pull a muscle that way.
I think it's his shoulder that he's landed on. They couldn't afford to lose their two centre-halves. Barcelona.
Milito's warming up down below as well, Rob, and Afale is stripped and ready to come on.
Heads up, big chance! Pepe's there! Oh, dear. Well, wouldn't have counted. I think there was an offside in there.
Yeah.
But they've not given up the chase.
No, well set play. Ball's knocked in, deep far post, good header. he looked offside. I think that's what the flag was up for, and that's what Gerard Piqué was appealing for.
Well, there are going to be 3 changes, 2 for Real Madrid and 1 for Barcelona.
Oh, it's Xabi Alonso, yeah.
He's going to come off. And well, for the record, I think it's Adebayor who's going to take his place. Arbeloa will come on for Real Madrid as Pedro is given a break, and that light will bring fresh and speedy legs to the Barca midfield.
And you can see the laser there on Pep Guardiola. What's that supposed to do?
There'll be spotlights on Pep Guardiola. Never mind lasers come the end of the season. If he can win yet another treble for Barcelona. There is Arbeloa. A reminder, if you've just joined us, almost 3/4 of the game gone. Barcelona playing against the 10 men of Real Madrid. David Villa's onside, the man who won the penalty. Now is blocked by Arbeloa. That's a poor clearance, but only as far as Xavi. Now Lionel Messi. David Villa could spot a little gap there. And went for it.
Oh, I wish he'd have went for the other one when he went through. He didn't need to check back on his right foot. He could have struck it with his left foot. He had an angle. David Villa didn't want to take it, wanted to make sure, and Arbeloa did a good job.
Jose Mourinho brought off Angel Di Maria. He actually walked off the other side of the field, Di Maria, and he's had to do almost a full lap of the Bernabeu to reach the dugout. But I think Mourinho was in a hurry to make the changes. There's no way that Jose Mourinho is going to give up on this game. Cristiano Ronaldo. Here's Adebayor. Oh, almost first glorious touch for Emmanuel Adebayor. He found a surprising amount of space.
Well, you've got a target man up front. The ball can stick. They can put it in high. He'll do that well. And I do feel Ronaldo and him have combined very well. But they're still 1-0 down.
Lionel Messi. Iniesta. A surprising amount of space. Xavi takes it on, threads it through. Ooh, Messi was on. Well, looked as though he's onside.
Flag went up a little bit late, but looked a good pass from Xavi. Messi didn't contest it.
Alves. Well, clearance from the Brazilian, only as far as Carvalho. Finds it back at Cristiano Ronaldo. Into Arbeloa. Linesman pointing that he's onside. This is Khedira. Ozil. Real Madrid quickening the pace. Just too far ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. It's been a night of ifs, buts and maybes for Real Madrid.
The plus for me is Ozil is a creative midfield player. You know, they've looked much, much better since they brought on Adebayor and Ozil. They look more attack-minded, and is Victor Valdez getting a little bit of the treatment from the laser as well?
Yeah, I think that's what he was complaining about, as we see the replay there of the Adebayor chance. Just needs to readjust himself.
It's difficult though coming on as a sub, Rob. It takes you a little while to get into the game and the pace of the game.
Yeah, Valdez there had a long and strong word with the referee, and the Barcelona club delegate as well has been talking to the fourth official down on the touchline. They're clearly not impressed with the Madrid laser show. Chat. Now Iniesta. Messi. Success tonight will give Barcelona an 11-point lead at the Spanish Championship with 6 rounds to go. Effectively a 12-point lead, because they would have outwitted Real Madrid on the head-to-heads. That's Pepe giving chase.
He's a good athlete. He's worked hard. He's got passion. But there's no point in Pepe doing it on his own. They've got to do it as a unit. You know, they must close down and work more effectively as a unit.
Messi to Alves. They play their own little keep ball game there. Barcelona now. Messi breaks that up, weaves through the action. David Villa's with him. David Villa stopped by Casillas.
Well, you can see short of confidence. You know, normally David Villa would have smashed that into the back of the net. He's tried to place it, end up it's a back pass to Casillas after a fabulous run from Lionel Messi. Look at this, he goes past 4 or 5 players. That's a poor finish from David Villa.
Busquets taking another one on the jaw, the hard man midfield player with a low pain threshold.
Get him in a round, a couple of rounds with Lennox Lewis, shall we see how tough he is?
PK. Guardiola exacting his players, knowing that a single goal isn't the comfort zone that's required.
The other thing is, Rob, psychologically, you know, they win this match and they tie up the title and they have another victory over Real Madrid. What does that say for Wednesday night and the Champions League?
Now for Lai, gets a first stretch of the legs, making his El Derby debut. And he gets a strong arm tactics which stops him in his tracks. This is my man, this is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, at least Ronaldo's worked back, hasn't he?
It may give an indication of the renewed strength in the Real Madrid team when they had a player sent off in the Camp Nou. They folded earlier in the season. Mourinho said then that he couldn't buy anything into that, couldn't read anything to that because it was still a work in progress.
Well, it's an improved side, definitely from the 6 months ago when they got hammered at Barcelona. I have to say, it's a much, much improved Real Madrid side. Jose Mourinho's in trouble.
The whistles around the stadium as Mourinho has come all the way to the touchline to make his views known to the official. Messi. PK to Adriano. It's still a tidy game at left back for Barcelona now. Busquets.
He got headed clearance off the line in the first half as well. He has had a tidy game. He's impressed me more and more over the last 2 months, Rob. And a good addition to this Barcelona squad. Even that's too high for him.
Shouting match at touchline level between Mourinho and Guardiola. A lot of respect between the two of them. Guardiola, ever the diplomat. Jose Mourinho does play his mind games, but very rarely with his opposite number at the Camp Nou.
Yeah, depends on who the opposite number is. Talking to Manuel Preciado about that. Sporting Gijón, it was he and his side that ended his 9-year reign of no defeats as a manager in the league. Stretched right back to Beira-Mar when he was manager of Porto.
Barcelona, as it stands, heading for their third successive success in the league at the Bernabeu. Busquets satisfied and conceding the corner. Still 15 minutes to go.
It is encouraging that Real Madrid are pushing forward, Rob. I have to say it's encouraging. Positive changes.
Heads up, it was Adriano who got there first. Now Ramos goes to ground easily. Referee's given the free kick. Kadira will take it.
David Villa needs to back off a little bit more than that.
Arbeloa. Ronaldo in there. Ramos leading the charge as well. Iniesta. There's a foul off the ball that the referee did see, and that's going to bring a caution for Arbeloa.
Yep, I think he knew exactly what he was doing. But caught wrong side Arbeloa. David Villa was spinning to get in behind him. And he would have been the next pass. And he gets a hold of him.
He's had the best of seasons, discipline-wise, Alvaro Arbeloa. He has had 2 red cards already this season, the former Liverpool man.
The red cards will come out of frustration. You know, Sergio Ramos, when he gets sent off against Barcelona at the Nou Camp, you know, Messi was doing what he does best. He's just tormenting defenders, and he just kicked him out of frustration because he couldn't catch him, he couldn't get near him, which is not the right thing to do, but I can understand why he did it.
Keita caught in possession. Ozil to Adebayor. Ozil waits for support, but instead just allows more and more Barcelona players to get back and defend, but the referee opts to give the free kick for that, and Iniesta could see nothing wrong.
It wasn't a free kick, definitely, Rob. They've harried him well, they've challenged him well and won the ball back, I thought, cleanly, but you take whatever chances come your way. He's nicked it there twice. Pep Guardiola doesn't think it's a free kick either. And Cristiano Ronaldo's winding up. He's hit the target twice now, one of them off the post. Can he improve on that?
Valdez eagerly builds a wall. Only the 3 players in it. He's hit the target twice with his free kicks, Ronaldo. What with the third one? Oh, it swerved and dipped in the air, but not enough to hit the target this time.
Well, that's the first time he's not hit the target. Leaning back, going for a little bit more power, I think. But then the accuracy goes.
Xavi. Lionel Messi, not been quite so prominent tonight.
Fits and starts, hasn't he? He's up the tempo every so often, and when he wants to. Pepe being as vigorous as ever in the challenge.
Adebayor holding off Busquets. Now quickens the pace. They hang on loan from the FA Cup finalist Manchester City.
I don't think that was a free kick either. He's knocked the ball inside. Dani Alves has got a yellow card there. And I don't think he touched him. I think Adebayor knocks it inside and then just straight legs and goes to ground. Played for the free kick. Let's have a look.
Well, this is a good little period of pressure from 10-man Real Madrid as we enter the closing stage. Carvalho's at the far post, but he and Ramos have both gone early.
Yeah. I think better ball would have been the order of the day. And another substitution. It's Maxwell stripped and ready to come on.
Well, Max will come on the left side of defence, and Adriano vacates that position. There's a game of charades going on between Guardiola and the players down there as to how he wants them to realign the team.
I think he's just saving legs. Again, Maxwell naturally left-footed. Don't think he's as good a defender as Adriano, but certainly good left foot. He had a yellow card in the first half. Maybe that's the reason. Or he's just going to save his legs for the next encounter between these two sides on Wednesday. Funny thing is, you know, that sending off, it will not have an effect, I don't think, on the Copa del Rey final. I don't think bookings have an effect on it. I'll have to find out, I'm pretty sure.
Kadira digs in. Ozil. Adebayor left the ball behind. How frustrating was that? Run back by Ozil. Marcelo makes a great dart down the left-hand side, and Marcelo goes down.
He hasn't given a penalty. I can't believe he's given that.
I told you this game wasn't over.
Yellow card for Victor Valdez for saying whatever he said. It doesn't look a penalty to me. My first viewing of it was Dani Alves nicked the ball. He won the ball and flicked it away.
Well, Marcelo seemed to think about it, and then maybe there was a trailing foot from Alves that just caught him.
I think he's nicked the ball though. The ball's gone away from Marcelo and he goes to ground too easy for me. Well, Mourinho not happy with the official. Did he want him sent off? I think he did.
Well, so far, it's Lionel Messi won. And now Cristiano Ronaldo won. The great battle between these two teams and these two players gathers strength.
Does indeed. Still only one goal between them now. Ronaldo on 29 goals, 41 for the season. And Messi's on 30 league goals and 49 for the season. And it's 1-1. And psychologically, that must give Real Madrid a big boost. 10 men. They get a goal back.
Exuding confidence, Cristiano Ronaldo. It's rather ironic that there are 80,000 white flags being flown around the Bernabeu. He's getting a little touchy down there as well.
Yeah, Pepe coming a little bit late, full of enthusiasm. He comes in and clatters into Seydou Keita.
Too many things wrong, but he made a change, and within a couple of minutes his new look defence conceded a penalty. Lionel Messi.
Great turn.
7 minutes to go nowhere. This is going to get rather tasty, I do suggest. Maxwell comes in. Has a look. Alves has space on the right-hand side. And LaLiga makes the move. Alves. Ramos toes the ball away. He seems to have livened Barcelona. A little jab in the ribs for them maybe. Messi to Xavi. No more key ball from Barcelona. That patience is gone. Draw would keep them 8 points clear of Real Madrid. The win would virtually wrap up the league tonight for them. The ball is played in. Messi's there with Casillas. Darts brilliantly off his line.
Oh, read by Iker Casillas. He's very quick off his line. Takes the ball at the feet of Lionel Messi.
Keita nudged by Adebayor. If he managed to find a television with the FA Cup semi-final, more than we did. I'm sure he's been in touch by text with his Manchester City teammates, of course on loan here till the end of the season. Xavi. Now LaLiga. Now Maxwell. Barcelona playing the ball around to a chorus of whistles from the home supporters. Great run this from Maxwell on the near side. Inside to Messi. Pepe does just enough again to unbalance it. Marcelo. Ozil. He's brought some life to the game since Mourinho introduced him. That's a great ball through now. Valdez has to go. No room for error there by the Barcelona keeper. That's a terrible header out. as far as Affolite was. Mark made by Pepe. The referee come back and caution Pepe for that. He's asking Barcelona to take their advantage, which Messi doesn't. That was a very crude challenge. Messi gets to his feet again, and Arbeloa is a lucky man. Now a miss-hit shot, and a couple of scraps there for the referee to have a long look at. It doesn't have long because the goal kick's taken quickly, and Real try to play out of defence, but their legs are giving way as we enter the final 4 minutes of this game. Flip over the top, David Villa this time onside, Casillas half kicks it out, Messi follows up, but over the bar.
That's great goalkeeper from Casillas. David Villa's got a touch on it as it's knocked over the top. And you can see that important touch from Casillas prevented what would have been a second goal. This is the run coming up, he's onside. Super pass over the top.
Well, that goal, Jerry, by the way, was Cristiano Ronaldo's 41st of the season. There is this theory that it's easy to score in Spain. He did, of course, once score 42 in the season for Manchester United. So he's only one away from bettering his best in the shirts of the Red Devils. Great ball through to Khedira. They're going for the winner here, Real Madrid. It is Ronaldo, it is Ozil. Good turn from Ozil, plays the ball back. Excellent anticipation from Iniesta. Breaks the hearts of the Real fans now. Affolite. There's a quick play. Looking for Lionel Messi. Ramos had checked the run. Messi bounces off him. Ramos will enjoy that. And Messi, one of the nose of the linesman, is said to have committed a foul.
I love that little man. You know what? He's only 5'7", but look at the challenge he puts in here. He goes in strong. You know, and he bounces off Sergio Ramos in the previous challenge. Fabulous attitude.
I think he's 5'6". I think he's 5'7". and he studs to it. He dreams of being 5'7". The rest of the world dreams of being Lionel Messi, of course.
In terms of stature for the rest of the world, he's 7'6", I'll tell you.
The last time these sides met, it was an exquisite performance from Barcelona. Tonight, there's been a battle between these two heavyweights, slugging it out. The first of 4 big rounds between the two.
Well, in some senses, Barcelona say psychologically we're happy because we think we should have had another penalty, and their penalty wasn't a penalty. But then Real Madrid will say, look, we've drawn with you 1-1. We've proven we can take you to the very edge, and that means it's all set up nicely for Wednesday night.
Lionel Messi, not enough on it for Maxwell. Now Ozil has to check back. Kate has a little bite at his ankles and a pull of the shirt, but Ozil manages to get away from it. Gets the Real supporters to their feet. Now Adebayor. Ronaldo's in the centre. Adebayor can find him. Plays it back to Khedira. Khedira! Valdez.
What a game. Khedira almost broke his stock. What a great run from Mesut Ozil. And I say to you, Rob, his creativity has changed the game for me. He and Adebayor have been 2 big substitutions for Jose Mourinho.
Mourinho is almost on the pitch as he gets overexcited down on the touchline. Lovely little run from Alves. Cuts inside. Alves goes for the glory goal. Affolite with a brilliant run. Then Affolite came inside and let fly.
I'll tell you what, he's done well here. He's knocked around one side of Marcelo and then come in on his left foot. And this is a shot from Sami Khedira from earlier. Great run from Adebayor. Good pass. It's on target. He's not run out for his goal scoring, Sami Khedira, but he almost broke his stock.
There is Khedira. We head towards the bonus time. There'll be an extra 4 minutes here at the Bernabeu.
Just gets felt that.
There is Alves to Xavi Messi. Those little legs still going. Wonderful durability. Ooh, it's frustration there as he volleys the ball into the crowd. That draws a flurry of paper darts. Now I think Messi's going to get into trouble here. It was a foolish thing to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, but look at Pepe. He's one to talk, isn't he? Anything to start a row.
Well, it's very rare that Lionel Messi shows his frustration, but he kicked the ball petulantly into the crowd. Iniesta, he was caught by Pepe. He's all fired up. He wanted to watch his step. Phil was taken out of the game off the ball there by Cavani. The referee again allows the freedom.
There's loads of stuff going on off the ball. David Villa's been fouled 2 or 3 times off the ball. And it's getting really niggly.
Well, Messi thought it was funny until the large shadow of Pepe loomed over the top of him.
Oh, and what I've seen Pepe do as a player, he has a real cheek to come over. Now, yellow card for Xavi. Again, these are all yellow cards for what they've said, for back chat and protesting with the referee.
Well, it's a rare show of indiscipline from Barcelona. Maybe that will be advantage Jose Mourinho. Now Casillas flies it in. Andy Bayard nods down. Busquets clears the lines.
Less than 2 minutes of normal time, sorry, extra time left on the clock. And it looks like it's going to finish in a 1-1 draw, which see his face and gives a little bit of confidence to this Real Madrid side. But it doesn't help in their efforts to win the league. I think that's gone now.
Maxwell. Iniesta. Now for Lyon. Here's the one final sting in this tail tonight. 1 minute of added time. David Villa. Well, that should have been the winner. Villa had managed to squirm free of the offside trap, but couldn't get to the ball.
For the 3rd or 4th time tonight, he's broke the offside trap. Had his touch been better, normally a confident David Villa would have controlled that and put it in the back of the net. But he's missed a few chances tonight.
Well, it's going to be 10 games without a goal for him.
Yeah. You can see it's having an effect on him, can't you?
Maybe he'll be on the phone to Fernando Torres tonight, with Strikers Union of Spain. Well, there's been a lot of sparring between these two teams, a lot of fighting going on in midfield, a lot of niggles and elbows off the ball. It's the start of even more to come over the next 18 days. Messi is away, too far ahead of him. Casillas to the extreme of his area. One last roll of the dice. Referee checks the watch and brings to an end the league tie between the two teams. It will leave Barcelona well ahead of Real Madrid in the table, probably too far ahead of them. But on the calendar coming up, of course, the Copa del Rey final and the Champions League semi-finals. It hasn't been a Clasico, Jerry, in the end, has it? No.